What's up, guys? It's 8-Bit Eric. We're going to talk about this recent situation where a Pokemon player has been DQ'd from a regional event simply for nervously laughing after being asked their preferred pronouns. This is what's trending today, guys. This incident has sparked a lot of conversation and controversy around the topic of gender pronouns and their place in public events. Now, this occurred at the Charlotte Pokemon regional event, and this player is claiming that they've been disqualified for nervously laughing while giving their preferred pronouns. Now, apparently this player has spent over $1,000 just in flights, products, equipment, just getting there out of pocket, and they were devastated by this decision. They wrote in a twit longer that they couldn't even really afford to go do this, which, okay, I guess you could say, hey kid, if you really can't afford to spend this much money going to tournaments and stuff, maybe you shouldn't do it. But that's besides the point, guys. The point here is that this kid didn't even get to start in the tournament. He was doing this during the introduction. He was introducing himself, and I guess the people and the judges were making people state their preferred pronouns, which I think in itself, I get it. I get some of you guys need to be, have a label on yourselves. You have to have your label. You have to specify what you're labeled as. But this kid was saying his preferred pronouns and was nervously laughing because he was in the middle of a whole bunch of people watching. I don't think he was malicious at all. He dedicated a lot of time and effort to become a professional in the Pokemon tournament scene, and they didn't even get to play a single game because of this incident. So, according to this player that is on here in this news article that I'm going to kind of just briefly summarize, I'm not going to scroll down and read it. When asked for their preferred pronoun, they replied with he or him before nervously laughing, and the judge then said, I go by they, them, so don't be a jerk about it. So this response from the judge has caused a bit of controversy. Many people believe the judge was actually being the jerk, and I kind of side with that. The tolerant people tend to be the most vicious. They throw the most vitriol at people. They took offense to this kid laughing after saying my pronouns are he or him. He evidently wasn't disrespectful in any form or fashion, but you know how it is when it comes to this wokeness and this woke culture. These people gotta cancel you if they feel offended at all. Like, they're the real Karens of the world. You know what I mean? I think even on top of that, asking someone their pronoun should not be a requirement for a Pokemon card event. And I feel that the player should not have been punished for being anxious or nervous about the situation. I mean, I've been there before. I've been like where I have to talk and give a introduction to who I am. At a young age, a lot of these kids, they're still developing their social skills. So to hold on to somebody and to automatically DQ somebody is kind of bullshit, in my opinion. This incident has also brought the question whether it is necessary to require people participating like in this tournament that they have to give their preferred pronouns. It is, I guess, on paper. Let's just humor everybody watching this that is one of those types of people. Yeah, on paper, it is etiquette. If somebody really wants it and wants this fucking preferred pronouns bullshit, to at least take a mental note of it. Me, on the hand, I'm going to try my best. I usually just call everybody they and them regardless, and it's not because I'm trying to fall in line with it, but because I find that that's the most neutral base, because I will be, God forbid, if somebody tries to get in my face and yell at me and say I disrespected them for not using their pronouns when I'm at an event. Like, imagine if I go to a Retropalooza, a big video game convention, and I have to talk and interact with like hundreds of people, and they all expected me to memorize what they're preferred to be known as. Fuck that. I'm too busy for that. No disrespect. I get it, but it's not malicious if I just call you they or them. And this situation is something completely different. Again, this kid had anxiety. It is important to respect people if they're nice about it. But if you're a jerk like this judge came across, fuck no. I'm not going to be nice back. I think it's absurd to require everyone to include them. If somebody wants to volunteer it, like, hey, just let you know I identify as this and that, that's fine. But fucking demanding and requiring and DQing a player because they were anxious, unnecessarily anxious because of a requirement, it actually discomforts them as well. Like, why is that judge's discomfort and feeling not safe because the kid laughing is more important than the kid being anxious and uncomfortable himself? So yeah, this player was DQ'd from the event. Interesting enough, though, a GoFundMe was started for this kid to cover their expenses. So awesome. He had his back covered by people that can console with him. Again, the whole incident is sparking this conversation about the type of people that work at these events, like this judge who became increasingly hostile just because the kid laughed. And I guess they have this weird intolerance. Like, they claim to be tolerant, but they're not, towards like people that just mess up when it comes to gender pronouns. And even then, this kid, again, like I said, it wasn't like he was being a dick, it was just a fucking nervous little nerdy kid at a Pokemon card tournament laughing. So I think this incident at the Charlotte regional Pokemon event, whatever it's called, definitely is catching a lot of eyes. When you look at the whole story and stuff, even Fox News and CNN and all sorts of like huge media outlets are covering this. This article is from Dexerto, and you can just see the incident. The incident is definitely nervous. It's not anything malicious. You can see that he said as he walked over to the area, the judge asked him what his preferred pronouns were, and he seemed to fumble over his words, and he said that his nerves got the better of him, and he was just stumbling out, and that he claimed to struggle to think of a third pronoun and felt embarrassed to do so, resulting in him nervously laughing a bit. So I don't know if maybe was this a clip of the situation as my computer freezes. So here we go. Let's see what happens here. So I guess these kids right here are just talking. I guess this is a video of their match. I don't know. I didn't see the situation, but they were pulled evidently off stage somewhere in here, and a different match was streamed according to this news article. I didn't get to check out this clip, but that's what I get right here. So it says, a bit into the match, Tran and Szymanski were pulled off stage by the head judge and told that another match would be streamed instead. It turns out the way that Tran had answered the pronoun question had caused some issues. After admitted to awkwardly laughing due to nervousness, he was disqualified. And yeah, ridiculous. It's just a poor kid. And they're being treated like they committed a fucking crime over a nervous laugh. So what do you guys think of this situation? You guys could go ahead and look it up for yourselves and look more into it. Good on them. You can see that GoFundMe is helping replace his regional expenses. So I can understand he's a young kid. He probably missed school to go to this as well. And he didn't even get to fucking really compete. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below.